Now then people, it's Joe, Leeds TV, and it's your Brentford pre-match thoughts really. I hope everyone's doing good. It's been a couple of days now since the last vid. Make sure you get on them, obviously post-match chat after Hull. Ramblings also did a piece on LUFC. Seems to be a dividing factor at the minute between a lot of Leeds fans. I think Ramblings was impartial. I think there's been a bit of unfair criticism of the video, because everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? So he's just giving an opinion, and I guess a lot of people agree with that. Give it a watch, guys. See what you think. I think, you know, people are comparing it to J. Roy Grott and you know, figures like that. It's nothing like that for me. He has cut a frustrating figure, Alioski, for a lot of us, and we're entitled to an opinion. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it, right? No one's going after him. You know, it's just people are entitled to their opinion. They can say what they say. I think he's offside too much. He makes too many wrong decisions in a game. And if you ask me, who's the first person to be replaced in January or to get new blood in, it would be in that position. You might not agree. You might think he's doing a good job. He does a lot of running. He puts a lot of graft in, but it's not enough for me. But that's my opinion, you know, and everyone's entitled to it. So I just wanted to begin with that. You know, if you're all for Alioski, then fair play. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I hope he smashed it. I remember Forest last year; he was unreal. There's been games this season that he's done really well, but it's not consistently good enough for me. But that's, again, my opinion, guys, right? But just jumping in, I just want to give a couple of shout-outs. I want to give a shout-out to Sutty on Instagram, always game for a chat. And then John in Weatherby as well. Going to the game on Saturday, drop me a message on Facebook. It says Leeds 3, Brentford 0. So thanks for the support, guys. Keep that sort of stuff coming in. I know Ramblings is doing something where he's asking you for your thoughts on the Brentford game, so make sure you send him a message, get your thoughts on the Brentford game, and he'll get him in his video. Like I say, it's about fan interaction. I'm going to put out there now, I don't know if anyone's interested, anyone fancies a drive to where I live. I'm going to get you in here. I'm thinking Monday Night Football. Why don't we get a guest in? One of you guys, you know, Defcon22 comments a lot. Claire Wildwood, obviously she's in America, so that's, you know, that's a non-mover. But you guys that comment a lot on the videos, why not come, take a seat with me, and we'll go through Monday Night Football comments, and let's do something like that. So if anyone is interested, get in touch with me, send us a direct message, comment on the video, and if you're close and if you fancy your drive, you can come up. I'll get our lads to make us some tea, and we'll do Monday Night Football together. I was about that. But yeah, moving on to the game itself, Brentford. So, for me, I think there's a lot of hype around Brentford, and for me, it's a bit, you might not disagree, but I think it's a bit ill-conceived. I don't think they're as good as what everyone's making out. Yes, they're a great football team. Are they that much of a threat? I don't think so. You guys might disagree. You know, they've got players like Ollie Watkins and stuff like that. They're a good team, don't get me wrong. But the 6th, they haven't won away in the last 7 games. That's going back to April of last year when they beat Forest, I believe it was. If you look at the most recent fixtures, you know, they've had a couple of wins in there, but they drew 1-1 with Birmingham. They got battered 3-1 by Derby. They drew 1-1 with Ipswich, who got schooled by Borough the other night 2-0, and by all accounts were pretty rubbish from what my Borough mates are telling me. So, are they as good as everyone believes? Me, personally, I don't think so. And I think the good thing for us is that they're going to try play football. Yeah, the last few games that we've had, a lot of the guys have sat back. They've waited for us to attack, make mistakes, and then come at us. But I think with Brentford, they're going to try play football. And for me, if they're going to try play football, we're better footballers than them, so we're going to beat them. That's my opinion. I think it's going to be 2-0. You know, big news coming from the game is obviously Barry Douglas is injured. Massive loss. He's been immense this season. A lot of people see it as a lot. See, for me, there's a lot worse players we could lose. If you lose Matthias Klick, especially in the current climate where we've got Pablo, you know, Roof still out. They're looking to come back on for the Blackburn game after the international break, which is great news, and I got my ticket, guys, so thanks very much. So I can't wait for that. There's like 7,000 going to Blackburn, so that's going to be immense. But yeah, I think in the current climate, you know, if we lose a Click or if we lose a Saiz, then it's a bigger loss. For me, Douglas, yes, he is immense. Yes, he does offer a lot on that left-hand side, but I think he's not as big as loss as everyone may think. Yous will probably disagree and I'll probably get battered in the comments, but that's just my thoughts. Again, that's my opinion. I think, for me, in an ideal scenario, I'd be looking to bring Tom Pearce in. I think Tom Pearce would do a top job in that position. But from what Bielsa's said and the fact that Dallas did the press conference, I think we're going to be looking at Dallas playing there. I just think Tom Pearce will offer more going forward. But I think, because especially when you've got Alioski, who does a lot of running and he does a lot of defending, so you can count on him to get back and cover. And it's the same with Dallas, you know, he's such a workhorse, but I just think in terms of creativity on that left-hand side, we'd be better with Pearce. You might not agree, but I think the fact that, you know, I think even Bielsa said in his press conference that Dallas had played left-back before, and we also have Tom Pearce. So that's like, Tom Pearce is a bit of an afterthought. He hasn't featured at all this season, whereas Dallas has. So I think we're going to see Stewie Dallas there, and the rest of the team's going to remain unchanged. I prefer Tom Pearce, but, you know, in Bielsa we trust. We can't doubt the guy. And I think that's a lot of things what people are saying about Alioski. You know, they're saying, well, Bielsa, you know, has faith in Alioski. Bielsa's, you know, still playing him. Yes, Bielsa's still playing him, but who else can he put in that position? Especially when Pablo's out. So if Pablo's in, you know, comes back in Blackburn, and he plays Pablo in Harrison's position and keeps Alioski, then fair enough, you can say that. But I have a sneaky suspicion, and from listening to podcasts, and from listening to people, they, you know, have a similar sort of feeling that when Pablo's back, Harrison keeps his place and Pablo replaces Alioski, and they switch sides or vice versa, you know. But then we can see, you know, because a lot of people are saying, well, Bielsa's playing him, so Bielsa's the man. Yeah, but there's no other option at this moment in time. But anyway, I digress. You know, let's not get bogged down on Alioski. But yeah, so Brentford 2-0, I think. I think Saiz will have a lot more space than he's had in previous games. He'll be able to affect the game a lot more. I want him to score so bad. But yeah, I think we could have a Tyler Roberts brace, a 2-0 win. It's going to be immense, packed house. Can't wait for it. You know, a lot's been said this week about the team. I think especially after West Brom drew as well against Sheff Wednesday. That was a team for me that I was thinking, you know what, they're the ones. But then seeing, yeah, they came back into it, and that's what, you know, top teams do, and I don't think Sheff Wednesday should have allowed them to get back into the game, but the fact that they got back into the game, that says a lot about the character. You know, they'll score goals for fun, but they will concede a lot. So yeah, after that, I'm not really concerned. I look around the Championship, and I said in my last video, put the Championship on warning, because come the 20th of October when we play Blackburn, I feel sorry for Blackburn. I feel sorry for them, because I genuinely feel we're going to steamroll them. You're going to have so much more options on the pitch. Pablo's back, Roof will be back. I don't know if they'll go straight in, but they're still back, and it's just going to breed so much confidence into us as fans and them as, you know, as a team, as a unit, and hopefully Douglas will be back then as well. But, you know, who knows? Dallas could have a barnstormer or Pearce, but I'm still saying Douglas is getting straight back in. You know, Adkins came out this week and says we're the best team he's seen in the Championship for a long time. I remember last season when we beat Burton 5-0 at home. I keep going back to that, but for me it was one of the best performances I'd seen. Up until this season, of course, I think we were immense against Derby, but live, you know, the Burton Albion game where we battered them 5-0, it was something special for me. But after that game, Nigel Clough came out and said we were the best team he'd ever come up against in the Championship as his manager, and he's managed a lot in the Championship. And I got carried away with that, and look where it took us. So I'm refusing to get carried away with what Nigel Atkins had said. And to be fair, it possibly might have been a bit of deflection tactics. I know Phil Hay had said something similar. It was a very glowing reception, but, you know, was it just to deflect from how poor Hull's start to the season has been? But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited for Saturday. It's Friday now, you know, can't wait. It's an early kick-off, so we get to get down there early. It's under the lights again, it's on Sky. You know, viewing figures will be through the roof for them. As you know, I think the next 7 of our 8 games are on Sky. I think the only one that's not is Blackburn, and like I say, I'm going to that, and I cannot wait for that game, and I guess all yous can as well. But yeah, I think 2-0 Leeds, Tyler Roberts brace. It's been a pleasure as always, guys. leave your comments. Like I said, please get in touch about the Monday Night Football thing. I'd love one of you to come here and we'll have a chat and we'll dissect people's comments and get your views on it, you know what I mean? That'd be great. Make sure you, as I say, watch Oscar and Ramblings' video, and I'll see you on Saturday when I put my post-match up, and if not, I might see you at the game. I know John at Wetherby, if you fancy me, I'll be in the Peacock with the rest of the All Leeds TV team, so come over, man, we'll have a pint or two. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys. Make sure you tune into the post-match stuff and the rest of the guys' videos. Much love, keep the faith, in Bielsa we trust. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.